Oh, hello there. Welcome to another edition of Jack Makes Drinks. Coming to you from the Backyard Boulder Bar. And tonight, we're going to be making a Caipirinha. Delicious, refreshing Brazilian cocktail using 3 ingredients. Limes, sugar, and booze. I'm going to jump back behind the bar and see if I can whip one of these up for you. Come with me. Alright, let's make some Caipirinhas. Now, like I said, this is a really simple drink. 3 ingredients and some ice, you're good to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up a lime. So this drink is just using these lime wedges. We're going to cut 4 of them. And some sugar. And typically you would use something called cachaça to make this drink, which is essentially a Brazilian agricole rum. Now an agricole rum is different from your typical rum in that it's made from just pressed sugarcane and not molasses or any sort of refined sugar. So it has a grassier, earthier sort of bright texture, and that's what rum agricole has. Now, unfortunately, since we're in quarantine, we're making the drinks we can with the ingredients we have. So what we have left is a little bit of Bacardi, which is just a pretty straight-ahead Puerto Rican white rum. A white rum means it's an unaged rum. It hasn't been sitting in any barrels that would impart sort of a flavor of wood, vanilla. We were also going to use some of these rums, but they're empty. So they're just decorative bottles out here right now. Okay, so we're cutting up our limes here. Boom, 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 boom. And we have 4 wedges, and we're going to use 3 of them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take 3 of these and pop them aside, and 1 of them over here. And next, what I want to make sure we do is we want to measure out our 2 ounces of booze. The reason I'm doing this first is because we're going to use this Pyrex mixing glass or measuring cup to abrade and macerate the limes and the sugar up. So first I'm just going to go ahead and put the booze in here. So you can get 2 ounces. Ooh, perfect. Just a little north of 2, but that's fine because what do we have to do? All right, so we've got our rum here. I'm just going to put this aside in our mixing tin. Boop. All right, so rum is in there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our limes. Again, I've just cut up wedges. I'm going to pop those in here. And now we're going to add some sugar. Now, what you want to get for the sugar is something like a nice sort of I don't know if you can see that, but sort of bigger hunks of like a demerara sugar. Yum. I'm just joking. I'll put it back in there. Come on. The reason you want a sugar like that is because the sugar performs a few functions in this drink since it's so simple. What you need to do is sort of macerate the fruit, and the rough sugar is going to actually abrade or sort of rub against the outside of the lime and get all the oils off of the lime. So we're going to do 3 to 4 teaspoons of sugar. If you have a bar spoon at home, I would say do 4 bar spoons. But since this is a bigger spoon, I'm erring on the side of 3 there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead, and if you have a mortar and pestle, if you have something where you can just kind of get in there, and we're just going to smush these bad boys. And what's happening now is we're extracting lime juice, which is what we're going to use for our drink. And the sugar is dissolving in the acid. And then it's also just rubbing up against the outside of the lime. We're getting all those nice oils. So you just get sort of multi-layers of citrus. You get the fruit itself, and then you just get this really nice essence. So you want to go ahead and do this probably longer than you wish you had to. We want to get as much juice out of this fruit as possible. We want to get as much oil out as possible, and we want to make sure that we dissolve the sugar. And the reason we want to do all of that is because when we mix this drink together with the rum and the ice, we're going to do something called a shake and dump. And what that means is we're literally going to shake the drink up, and when it's ready, we're going to dump it in the glass. And the reason you do a shake and dump is if you want to make sure you want to include and incorporate all the ingredients in the tin and not strain them out. So, got this nicely abraded, nicely mixed up. You can see It looks like, for the most part, the sugar is dissolved and the limes are just sort of nicely smushed. And so at this point, what we can do is add it in here. Perfect. Now you might have a little bit of sugar left over. I just typically pour some of this back in there. A little swirl. Every drop counts, right? Okay. Perfect. So we got that in there. And you're getting essentially the same sort of components, bases of most other sour drinks, which is just a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of acid, and your fruit. But in this instance, we're adding nothing like, we're adding no juice, we're adding no simple syrup, we're just making it from the fruit and the sugar. Super duper simple and delicious. Now when you shake this drink, in particular, that's not the right top at all. Here we go. When you shake this drink, what we're looking for is the ice to actually change sounds, because what we're doing is we're shaking the heck out of this drink because there's no additional liquid. There's just the ice, the fruit, and the sugar and the booze. So we want to chill the drink down. We want to dilute it. Like I mentioned before, dilution is the secret ingredient to every good cocktail. And we want to break up the ice a little bit. So as you shake your drink, you're going to hear the ice sort of change from a clack, clack, clack to more of a sh, 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 sh. And you actually also feel it in your hands. So last time I shook a drink for you guys, I think we did about 25 shakes, 24 shakes. I do it like in sets of 8. We'll probably do another 16 shakes. We'll see. Let's give it a try. And there you can see it's sort of changing how it feels. And you can tell the ice is broken up, the drink is chilled down, everything is incorporated, so now all we have to do is pour it in here. Yoink. Maybe pop a little lime on the corner for garnish, because we're classy in our quarantine. And then you're good to go. Here is a Caipirinha using Puerto Rican Bacardi. Give it a taste. That'll do. Bullseye.